Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, we talked about Jojo going on this podcast and she was throwing Tana Mongeau under the bus. Weirdly, she was defending James Charles in the process. She was saying that James Charles and Tana Mongeau were a part of the people that were making fun of her for her new rebrand. She said that James Charles she had no problem with because James Charles texted her the video and was like, girl, can I make fun of you? And she was like, yes, go get your views. But Tana did it and didn't let her know because if you're going to make fun of someone online, why would you message them and be like, by the way, I'm about to make fun of you? So she said that she thought it was really fake from Tana, but Tana had made a joke and it was playing the Karma song by Jojo. And she was like, do you think Jojo's ever popped a perk? Or something like that. Like being like, do you think the person who sang this song about being a rebel has ever done drugs or something like that, right? And Jojo has this big issue with it, which is ironic because Jojo has said the one thing she wants out of all this is for people to make fun of her and talk about her. So I don't understand why she's creating such a big problem with Tana, but I think it all boils down to the fact that Tana defended Trisha against Jojo because Jojo came on the cancelled podcast with Tana and Brooke, which I think was one of the best rebrands ever for Tana. And Brooke is a really likable person as well, and I think she balances Tana well. So Jojo came on the cancelled podcast, and then before it aired was when Jojo started defending Colleen, and Trisha is involved in the Colleen thing. So then Tana, who's been friends with Trisha, posts this Jojo episode, and it looks like she posted the Jojo episode and collabed with her like right after she was talking shit about Trisha in a way, right? And so since then, Tana has made a big effort to be on Trisha's side. So Tana is now speaking out against Jojo, who just called her out. And we're going to get to it. We have on the cancelled podcast, Tana came on with Trisha and Brooke. And then on the Just Trish, Tana came on with Trisha. So we're going to get to both of them, hear what they have to say. But I just think it's so crazy that Jojo wants to start beef with Jojo, but is praising James Charles. Like, please pick a struggle and a battle. Anyways, we're going to start with the Just Trish one because this one was filmed before the cancel podcast. Let's get to it. I actually really like Trisha with this pink hair. I think it's fun. Let's get to it.
I feel like that's the mini Trish. And I'm so sorry to everybody.
This was Trisha saying that she feels she's raised the generation of Jojo Siwas.
I'm just like, no.
What do you think of her,
The rebrand?
the rebrand?
She talked about you today. Did you see that?
Where?
On the Vial Files.
No, what
That
is
was
it?
some piping hot tea
I
today.
keep seeing the fucking Vial Files everywhere. What, dude? Like, Nick Vial came up out of nowhere.
I see that
Slay
too.
King.
Where did
Like,
he
he
come
was interviewing Gypsy Rose after all that shit, and I was like, damn, what did she say?
You don't know? Oh my God.
No.
Because we were like looking, we researched all this stuff and both me and Oscar were like, wow, she's so unproblematic. There's nothing to, obviously tour stuff we'll talk about, but there was nothing happening. And then Jojo talked about you today. We're like, yes, we got something to talk about.
What did she say?
So she, okay, so it was in the 17-minute mark if you guys want to go to the Vial Files.
That's crazy because I didn't even fucking know that. I didn't even know that.
Damn, I will watch the whole thing because JoJo's been wildin'.
Yeah.
And I think it's a troll. I think she's trolling, but Oscar thinks it's serious. I don't know. It's like, do you think it's real or do you think it's
what?
Well, let me first of all, let me tell you what it's a lot, and it's entertaining.
My favorite thing is Trisha telling Tana what's her opinion on being talked shit about by Jojo, and Tana literally has no idea. It's just crazy that Jojo was trying to paint this that James Charles good, Tana Mongeau bad. Objectively, that's crazy.
JoJo, like, she's kind of entertaining right now. Anyways, so she said that he was talking about people making fun of her music, like mocking it. And she said, he brought up James Charles first. And she's like, well, James texted me and asked me if he could post that weird, he was like dancing like her or something. And she goes, so it was fine. We're cool. She's like, but the one that got, and then they said Tana. They brought up Tana, right?
Okay.
The host bring you up. And they're like, what about Tana? And she's like, well, that's the one that gets me because we're like cool. She did clarify you guys weren't like friends, but you were like friendly. Like last time she was on the podcast, she said that you guys were going to have a fun night or talking about having a fun night together.
Which is well, judging by Tana's face, this must not be true. But also it could be true. Tana Mongeau is the biggest liar of all time. Hey, Cynthia, we love you. But anyway, I don't ever imagine Jojo Siwa and Tana Mongeau being best friends. And if Tana said, let's hang out, she was probably being fake after they filmed a podcast. You know what I mean? Which ended up being a bad decision for her.
I just watched it like an hour ago. So she's like, we're cool. We've always been cool, whatever. And I was like, okay. She said I did her podcast, talked about having a fun night. Okay. And then she goes, so that one she was mocking me, so it hurt a little.
I don't know in what world she thinks I would ever be texting her to ask her for fucking permission to make that video. Like,
Yes! Oh my God. Yes, of course. Like, oh, I'm so glad Tana said this because the James Charles thing is really pissing me off. But like for Tana to be like, why do I need Jojo Siwa's permission to talk about her online? And I think that that's the case with everyone online, but I just appreciate Tana Mongeau saying this and doubling down because I feel like everyone is like making fun of Jojo for like certain things, but not addressing how bad of a person she is. So shout out to Tana for that.
But, hey Jojo, like I'm gonna post a video asking if you've ever taken a Percocet. No, okay, you made.
Wait, what was? Wait, I thought your video was just you singing in Makoa. Was there a Percocet?
Oh, there was
one?
two.
Oh, okay. I was like, well, that's not bad.
No, I made a TikTok, and the question still stands. Okay, I'm just gonna say the question still stands. Like the whole song is like bad girl, bad this, I'm bad, and I'm like. And I saw that she was kind of hinting at this being like her Miley Bangers era.
I don't think it was hinting. Like, I think she said it. I think she's like, this is the Miley Bangers era.
You're so fucking right, Trish. She fucking said that shit. And listen, Miley put the work in. She was smoking salvia on TMZ. She was out here doing her damn
licking things.
You know, and I was curious, you know.
What was your question?
Trisha's little, and she was licking things. It's crazy.
Have you ever taken a Percocet?
Oh, like, that's like not mocking.
What is a perk? Jensen, thank you. Yeah, true. Thank you, Jensen. What's a perk? Have I ever done one? What is a perk? What is perk used for? It's used in dry cleaning. In auto repair shops. Okay, clearly something different. What is perk drug? What class is it? What is the purpose of a perk? For dry cleaning. Is a painkiller that's part of the family of drugs known as opioids. What is it? What does it do? Like a mix between a paracetamol and an oxy. What's an oxy? And what's an opioid? I've heard of opioid, but I don't know what it means. Percocet is a painkiller that's a part of a family of drugs known as opioids. Blah, 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 blah. Such as... such as heroin or morphine? What? That is not the paracetamol that I am thinking of, but... So wait, I have a follow-up question. What is Adderall? Adderall, I know. Is Adderall similar or no? Is Adderall similar or no? Prince died from perks. God. Stimulant. Adderall's an upper. Okay, so it's the opposite. Adderall, I know. Adderall, I know. Adderall, I know. I think I've also taken Adderall. Have I? I think so. Yeah. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I have taken Adderall. I think like once or something. Anyways.
I don't know.
It was my tone for sure, but like,
what was your tone?
Like, be so for real, Jojo. Like, have you ever done some actual bad girl shit? You know what I mean? Like, Percocet's
not even bad because it's like prescribed to you.
Yeah.
I feel like if you took like heroin or something, that's like a bad girl era qualification.
But I think it's like, I love when people are in on the joke. Like maybe I'm a narcissist for saying this, but like I wanted her to see my TikTok and giggle, ha ha he he.
Well,
like,
she said she did. She said she texted you and said LOL. She sent you the text and said LOL, and she said you wrote back ha 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 ha.
Let me see if this is true.
That was the recap of the text conversation.
Sorry, I love the flyers that are going on in the background here. We need to We need to do something about this background. Please look. We need something going on here.
Too. She had it. They blurted out on the vial file. She was showing the cameras.
The vial files.
It was tea. I was like, wow.
Okay. Yeah, she did. And I did say hi.
So she found it funny. She said, LOL.
Well, she was being passive aggressive, but I don't think Tana would care.
It's just like I'm seeing her on this iHeartRadio red carpet with like all this. It's sometimes there's a hard line of like, and I've fallen victim to this a lot. So I want to, say this with grace, but sometimes it's hard to humanize. Like it's like some shit's just a meme, and like, you know what I mean?
But I think she wants it to be a meme. I really think that. Don't you think?
Well, she went on that same podcast and said she's doing everything for attention. So why is she pissed off at Tana for giving her attention?
I'm saying.
I think she said it on the vial file. She likes the attention. The song is doing so well. Like, I think she wants that attention. That's why you dress like that.
I think if she keeps doing this shit, eventually she'll probably make a song that is stuck in everyone's
Eventually, she might make a song that's good.
heads and has a little more positive of a, whatever. Like, she's doubling down. Like, go off.
Yeah.
Like, she honestly made me want to reignite my music career. I was like,
God,
shit.
you should.
Like,
I would love a bad. Well, no, you did rebrand, but you're like the good girl Tana now. You were the bad girl, and now
That's
you're
true.
good girl Tana.
Yeah, I'm in limbo right now with everything. It's so funny. Like, I love the good girl of it all, but it's like I'm seeing all this resurgence of like people in their Kesha era and Tari Yummy and that music, and that's like who I am to the.
There is something crazy about it. I have been checking in on Tana recently, and also so many of my friends are obsessed with the Cancelled podcast, and so I started putting it on in the background, and it is very entertaining. Actually, it's like listening to two friends talk about things that like you talk about, like like an afters or a pregame or something. Like I understand the appeal of the podcast so much, but it's interesting. Like Brooke is like the one wilding, and Tana has like a relationship that like she seems really settled in, and I'm like, whoa. She seems very happy. Good for her. She seems really she seems in a really great place. They're doing a tour right now, and apparently they're showing up late for it, but apparently it's going well. So shout out to that. She seems in a really good place right now. I'm very happy for her. And I also really like Brooke.
Yeah. I'm like, you want to go bad again?
I don't know what I want to do.
Maybe do a remix with Jojo Siwa.
I might have to.
I live for it. I don't love Jojo as a person of like defending Colleen and the stuff with the extra GMT. I don't love that.
Also, the thing is, it's like, I feel like we were really cool, her and I had her on the pod, like whatever, and then that shit happened, and then I kind of like was like, okay, whoa, like let me back up a bit. So like, of course I'm gonna make fun.
But also I feel like that's just you. I feel like I know if Tana makes a TikTok. What was the thing I talked about in Hot Topics? Like even Tana made a TikTok reacting to it. Do you remember what it was? Oh,
the conjoined twins.
Yeah, I won't bring it up.
No, you can.
Because we talked about Hot Topics. I don't know how to bring this up. Like I don't know what to say about it.
Did you bring it up pre or post them tweeting?
Alyssa, I would love to. Here's the thing. You know what this is just boiling down to? Like, Jojo's butthurt that Tana didn't want to be her friend, and Tana sided with Trisha over the Colleen thing, and she's having a little hissy fit, and she's throwing James in the face of everyone as, look, this is how you do it. This is how you support me and still make fun of me. No one cares about James Charles.
You?
No. I would die.
Okay, so that was on this one. Now I want to hear what they said on the Cancelled podcast. This was after this, when Tana said that she took a little bit to like read the response online to Jojo talking shit about her.
Be the other 99 because you're not the other 99.
And then they just take offense to it. They're just like that. It's just like, okay, stop. Like it's just offensive at that point.
For sure. It's funny because I had a really different approach to this next topic until I was on TikTok today and I saw a TikTok about it. And I go in the comments, they tag me and you respond back. You go, I'm unsubscribing from this drama. And I'm so sorry, but I'm going to need you to subscribe for 2 minutes.
Drama? I love drama.
You and I went to her house and I sit down on her podcast and she's like, Jojo Siwa just like came for your neck. And I was like, what? Like she broke it to me on Just Trish. Okay. Nick Vile. The Vile Files.
I know he was really instigating out there.
It's so wild to me. Certain podcasts overnight just become like
he is
like
on
Dateline. Like
he's
fucking
probably on episode like 700. His podcast has been around for so long.
Really?
But like overnight he became
Bobby Altoff.
Yeah, he started being like getting really serious. It's because he had Gypsy Rose on.
She went Tana's bad, but my Predator friend James Charles, he's good. He's nice to me.
though.
All of a sudden, the podcast has shifted to these like serious.
Chloe commented, I'm going to need some wine if we're going to continue talking about JoJo. And you're very valid for that.
Winfrey ass interviews, whatever. That's not discrediting his 700 episodes. I don't know shit about Nick Viall, okay? So I'm just being a bitch. Maybe he's great. Like, what was he, like The Bachelor?
Yeah, he was The Bachelor.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that either until recent.
He was on The Bachelorette, I think, and then he was The Bachelor, but now he's married or he's engaged.
Oh, wow.
To
Has a
like
baby.
not someone from The Bachelor.
It is crazy to think Trisha's like about to give birth. Really? She's due soon, I think.
Give me anxiety, but
Can you?
May? Oh my God.
I'm the same way. I never open text. Even DMs I don't open
I'm
to
like,
people.
I'm
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we talked about
Okay, let's get into it.
that too. A little bit.
she's answer. And she's not.
I've been doing a lot of research on delusion of grandeur with narcissism, okay? And
I don't even know what any of those words mean.
essentially, it's like where you really think you're...
Think you the shit, bitch? You ain't even the fart.
Sounds like you haven't been doing research.
where your head just gets so big that you convince yourself of a whole alternate.
So basically, Jojo Siwa being bigged up her entire life. Is this the reason for the delusion? Like, is this a little bit explaining it?
Reality.
Okay.
And maybe it's that, maybe it's not. All I fucking asked is if the girl's ever taken a perk 30. The question still stands. The question still stands. And like, I talked about this with you, so I don't want to be like,
But also, it was a joke. Oh my God. Tana Mongeau's full brand is not being serious. She's the most unserious fucker on YouTube. Like, Jojo taking it so... oh my God. Give me a break.
like too redundant, but just... she keeps referring to this being her bangers era. And to me...
I fuck with Tana so hard because this bitch is a Miley Cyrus fan through and through, like myself. And this is why she's making fun of Jojo, because of the Miley thing.
I don't think the song is that bad. Like, I'm enjoying watching all of this. I think she should keep doing whatever the fuck is going on.
As a bitch.
Yeah.
I should have known better. If I had a wish,
Yeah, it's kind of catchy.
Yeah.
All of that is so Slay Diva Boots. But like...
It's also a song from 2011, by the way.
that you're in your like bangers era. Like, have you put the work in? Like, essentially that was my question. Like, are you really a bad girl doing bad things, Jojo? No, you're super gluing
that's
black
the
rhinestones
underlying
to
issue
your
that you
slick
have.
back.
Are you a bad girl, Jojo, or are you just super gluing rhinestones to yourself? Tana is a fucking Miley Cyrus fan through and through, and she appreciates what it takes to know to do a Miley Cyrus bangers era. Oh my God. I love her for this.
Is that you don't think she's done anything bad? You don't think she's done anything bad enough to say she does bad things?
No, just the bangers era.
And James Charles was there too at her party. It was James and Colleen both at her party. So she is in
That's
her
what
bad
I'm
girl
saying.
era.
If you're having a party for your song and the main attendees are James Charles and Colleen Ballinger, I'm venturing to say you're not in your bangers era. No shade. Like, I'm not shading anyone. I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying she's never done a bad thing in her life, like cut someone off in traffic. I'm just saying, like, is she in her bangers era?
Yeah, no one announces it. Like, Miley doesn't announce she's in her bangers era.
She smoked salvia on TMZ and started sucking and fucking, and
That
we,
was
you know,
Same thing with
Such a fun
Britney
time.
stripping on stage. It's like, okay, that's her bad girl era, but it's like she never announced it.
it's just like it feels like cornier bad era to me, which was why I
Feels like shit. And also, Tana's joke is funny in theory as well. She's being like, have you ever popped a perk? Have you ever done this? Have you ever... That's like her being... I was going to say, have you ever sucked a dick? But that would be insensitive because Jojo's a lesbian. But, you know what I mean? It's proving this point of like, well, have you done anything crazy? Like, not that you have to do something crazy, but if you're going to continue doing this, I'm crazy banger, blah, 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 blah. Prove it. And it's a funny joke. And Tana Mongeau is literally eating her alive right now.
made a joke.
The whole time I thought she was trolling, so I didn't think she was going to get mad about some jokes.
Yeah, she took it so seriously, and they did too. They called you like a biatch or something like that, and I was just like, wow, they really took it so seriously. It was like not that serious.
It really was not that serious.
my God.
Because I didn't know either. I had to look it up after. I thought it was like whatever, and then I looked it up and I was like,
My favorite thing about watching the Cancelled podcast is every once in a while you'll just see like smoke going like this, and I'll be like, Tana's vaping.
okay, it's like definitely not bad. James was, I thought, worse, and she's like, it's fine because he said it, asked me if it was okay, and I was like, oh, that's kind of like weird. But-
I'm speaking for the people here. Okay,
I think James just sucks at dancing.
so it worked.
His was sillier and more like on her team for sure. Like I'm definitely asking if she has ever taken a perk 30. But I mean, I was genuinely just curious, and I support everything. I want her to keep doing exactly what she's doing. Like, please actually keep doing exactly what you're doing.
She loves it though. She talks about all the money it's made, all the pre-saves. Like she's been saying.
She knows how to be viral. I feel like that's what she is doing.
Exactly. So it's like, wouldn't you, like, I would be so happy if people were commenting on my shit because I'd be like, it's working.
I think she is. And I think bringing you up is just like, it's clickable. You know, it was a clip. It's like something I saw that I never watched the show. And I'm like, so I think they maybe bringing you up is like, because it's like,
in her defense, Nick honestly was instant. He was the one who was like, fuck Tana Mongeau. I'm like, fuck Nick Viall.
I think I want the smoke with Nick Viall.
You don't get much back. I think I tried to smoke with him one time and like nothing back. I didn't know him. I just saw like a clip of someone saying, I don't know this girl. I don't want to start anything, but like that he dated like a really young girl that's like now his fiance.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's not awesome that he did that, but that's awesome.
She was like really young. She's like 18 years younger than him.
All right, we'll leave it there. But anyway, we heard what Jojo said, so I wanted to hear what this. Honestly, Tana won this cookout. Like that, please. Police. There's something so crazy about the entitlement creators have, full stop, to like try to dictate. But also, if you're gonna be like, I love James Charles for making fun of me, but Tana Mongeau making fun of me, please. Jojo, you lost this one. And also, I don't really think you're in the sorry, froze. I really don't think you're in the right place right now to be able to talk shit about any other creators. Pop Artie, hello. Love you, Adam. I also find it silly in this episode they're talking about Trisha's babies being reincarnations as thing, but your tweet was too much. Oh, my tweet was crazy for them all. I talk about this all the time. When it said that Queen Elizabeth was going to be reincarnated as Trisha's baby, and I hate the royal family, Irish, hate the royal family, and I was like, oh my God. I was tweeting about Queen Elizabeth being literally the spawn of Satan and the worst person in the entire world and the devil, and I was like, oh my God, Trisha Paytas is going to give birth to the spawn of Satan, because everyone was talking about Queen Elizabeth, and Queen Elizabeth is Satan. And I was tweeting about her being the devil and Satan and stuff, and I was like, oh my God, Trisha's going to give birth to the spawn of Satan. And then all these hate pages are like, Adam McIntyre called Malibu Barbie Satan. Bitch, she hadn't even been born yet. Like, y'all dumb as fuck. Not you guys, but them ones. Anyways, we'll leave it there. Jojo, you lost this one. Please. I mean, when you're defending James, you've lost all argument. We'll leave it there.